Dun, 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 dun. Good afternoon, Brazil, Indiana. Catherine here with my co-hosts Sonia and Olivia. We are live here at Studio 9 on WWHD. Today, in current news, we will be conversing about the Cuban Missile Crisis. And to you, Sonia.
Today, October 16th, 1962, marks the beginning of a crisis. The U-2 has found short-range missiles from the Soviets on Cuba. This concerns defense officials because there may be a threat of military action. More about this from Olivia.
Officials are considering invasion or quarantine. They wish to accomplish this without prompting great amounts of public concern.
Hide in your bunkers, guys! This may be the end of us!
Catherine here at Studio 9 on WWHD. Today, October 17th, the crisis continues, with American military units moving to southeastern bases.
During this critical time, President Kennedy attended a brief service in observance of National Prayer Day.
Later today, the president is expected to make a few political visits with the Prince of Libya and another visit with congressional candidates of Connecticut.
Today is October 21st, and here at Studio 9 on WWHD, we have been compiling information on the current Cuban Missile Crisis. On October 18th, President Kennedy was visited by the Soviet Foreign Minister, Andrei Gromyko, to assert that Cuba does not represent a threat to the U.S.
On October 19th, President Kennedy went campaigning in Ohio and Illinois, while his advisors continued to debate over the course of action. On October 20th, Kennedy returned to Washington to discuss plans for deploying naval units.
Today, after Sunday Mass, Mr. President met with General Walter Sweeney of the Air Command and was notified that an airstrike would not 100% guarantee the destruction of the missiles.
Yesterday, President Kennedy phoned former presidents Hoover, Truman, and Eisenhower, and the British Prime Minister to brief them on the situation. Kennedy also established the NSC to meet daily during this crisis.
Today, October 23rd, the ambassador of the UN laid down the matter before the UN Security Council.
Ships of the Naval Quarantine Fleet move into place around Cuba, and this just in, Robert Kennedy is meeting with Soviet ambassador at the embassy as Soviet submarines move into the Caribbean.
Hey, some car.
It's my dream car. It's a beauty.
Does it sail smoothly?
The smoothest ride you'd ever try.
Powerful, eh?
Rocket engine.
How does it handle?
Like a dream. High dramatic drive.
Rocket engine and high dramatic drive.
Means flashing performance.
Wow, what a car.
Yes, it's a glamour star, the Oldsmobile Holiday Goubet. Drive it today at your Oldsmobile dealer.
Today, at Studio 9 on WWHD, we have breaking news over the missiles in Cuba. We have learned that the missiles are now operational and pointed our way.
Soviet freighter and ships turned back to Europe away from the U.S. blockade.
Only the Bucharest, a Soviet freight, is allowed through the U.S. quarantine line to Cuba.
Today, October 27th, marks the 12th day of the Cuban Missile Crisis. As of yesterday, there was a nuclear threat on the U.S. by Cuba's one and only Fidel Castro. He needs to knock it off. In the event of an American invasion of Cuba.
Amongst the chaos, a proposed solution is acknowledged by ABC News reporter John Scully, offering the removal of missiles in exchange for lifting the quarantine.
A second, more tough, request from Moscow is received in Washington. And just in, an American U-2 plane has been shot down over Cuba. Could the worst be yet to come?
Her eyes are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She uses Maybelline. And your eyes, too, can be beautiful if you use Maybelline. It's so easy. Dun, 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 dun! Start with Maybelline's new automatic eyebrow pencil. Use short, feathery strokes. Accent the natural line of your brows. Soften the effect with your fingertips. Dun, 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 dun!
See how much more personality shows in your face. Now the most important step of all, the velvety smooth Maybelline mascara. Brush up and up and up.
Every woman needs mascara. With Maybelline, your eyes look so much larger and lovelier. Even pale, skimpy lashes look longer and more luxurious. The loveliest eyes use Maybelline. Today represents a conclusion to the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Soviet Union has accepted the proposal of the removal of missiles in exchange for a non-invasion pledge from the U.S.
What happened on the wedding day of a Cuban atom bomb operator and a Russian nuclear technician?
I don't know what.
She was radiant and he was glowing. Too soon?
Yeah.
Dream car. It's a beauty.
Does it sail smoothly?
It sails like you've never seen.
Oh, it's recording.
On October 19th, President Kennedy went campaigning in Ohio and Illinois while his advice. Why are you laughing?
Because I winked at her.
Oh.
Yesterday, President Kennedy phoned former presidents Hoover, Truman, Eisenhower, and the British Prime Minister.
Today, at Studio 9 on WWHD, we have breaking news all over the missiles in Cuba. We have learned...
This is why you don't start.
Today, at Studio 9 on WWHD, we have breaking news on the missiles in Cuba. We have learned that the missiles are now operational and pointed our way!
You know, I saw this show on TV, and I think I may have a problem. No, not from the show. It was talking about these diseases, like people can't stop laughing, or they like uncontrollably pee. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I was like, I do 2 of those things. Are you videotaping? Today represents a conclusion to the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Soviet Union has accepted the proposal of the removal of the missiles in exchange for a non-invasion pledge from the U.S.
Yes? Somebody knock. Okay,
Nope.
Did anybody else hear a knock?
Nope.
I didn't hear a knock.
Was it this?
It was!
Brush up and up and